Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Hangin from the Balcony, our podcast where we talk about movies, and more movies for you guys. I am at Sir Jarod. Behind me is at Nathan L. Betts. Over on the other side is the one and only Lewis the Professor.
He's not Darth Rudy.
He's not Darth Rudy.
Thomas
is usually there. And then we have with us Miss Professor Kim.
Hello. Thank you.
The professor's wife, or
professor's wife.
as she's tagged on
Doctor My Wife.
Doctor My Wife, or as she's tagged on the website, she's tagged as Kim Loves Professor, I think is what I call you on the website.
The professor's wife. What does that make you?
Wifey materials.
Dr. Wife. Dr. My Wife.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Dr. My Wife.
Dr. My Wife.
Yes, you do the voice so
You do it
well.
really
and for
well.
having not seen the show.
Yeah.
I've seen
No,
this.
he's seen
I
it.
thought
He's
you
seen it.
had it. Oh,
Yeah, he nails it.
That's good.
Nailed it.
I don't know why you always have to fight with them.
Venture boys. Yeah.
The Venture Broys.
Boys.
Broys.
Hi, Jared.
I love you.
Hi, Jared. Hi.
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 Hey, back there.
Hi.
I can see you, but I can't.
I'm gonna fuck with you the whole time.
I'll murder you.
Okay. All right.
Let's get right into this, guys. New that just came out. I don't know. This is being posted quite a while from then, but it was recently out, which was Man of Steel, which I believe we all watched.
Did we all see Man of Steel?
I missed it for This Is the End.
Oh.
Could only see one, and I
What?
chose that one.
The fuck, Lewis?
I'm not Lewis.
Nathan.
Yeah.
Oh, but just to address it, Thomas is still on the show.
Yeah.
He's just in Las Vegas.
Thomas is on a vacation.
He said he's
Classic.
He's
Thomas.
visiting his dad. All right.
He's looking
For
for
really.
his father, right?
No, for reals, he's visiting his parents in Las Vegas.
Father played a prank, all right?
Yeah.
Oh, he just wants to be in
Carvin
the Hangover 3. That's
Dated
all.
this.
Four.
I didn't realize that that Thomas was from Las Vegas.
Is
No.
he?
Is he from
No,
or did
he said he was
live
visiting
there?
family, so I just assumed.
Huh.
Did he?
He said he's visiting. I can hold on.
Where would he come from?
Because
What do we think?
Another planet, possibly.
He's from here.
Oh
Is he
no,
just
he's
from
his
here?
no,
Yeah.
his sister's there, I believe.
I asked him if we were to call you to see what he thought about Holy Motors or whatever. I said, can we call you during the show? He's like, probably not. Sorry, dude. Busy spending time with the family. So I just assumed that that's where he was from.
No, he's probably. I think his sister's down
can
there.
tell.
The family
Yeah.
in Vegas.
Because
All my family and friends are down here.
I believe
Here at the Bunny
I
Ranch, all
believe
my
he went down
family.
there for.
They
My
call
family
you.
now.
They call you like. They call you
I feel like
one of the
family.
boys. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like Olive Garden here. Once I'm here, I'm family.
That's right.
Unlimited breadsticks and
I don't want that salad or breadstick.
I don't want that bread. That yeasty
You
bread.
know, I think you might have like an infection or something because it smells like a bakery in here.
Sourdough.
It's delicious. That's not what we got in here to
we
talk
miss
about
you,
at all.
Thomas.
Yeah.
Please come back.
Thomas, come back to us.
Yeah, we need someone to ground us.
No
Yeah,
kidding.
what-
Hey, so you didn't see Man of Steel, Nathan?
I missed Man of Steel. I'm sorry.
Well, everyone else saw it.
Yeah, carry on.
It made $125 million domestically,
Holy shit.
about $200 million on its first weekend worldwide, which puts it into a pretty good spot as far as summer blockbusters
and
go.
superhero movies go.
And superhero.
Does
And
that mean it's successful enough for them to go
Yes.
forward with
Oh,
Justice League?
absolutely.
DC Comics has basically
think.
committed to Superman 2 or Man of Steel 2, whatever they're going to call it. They're going to follow that up with possibly a Batman reboot,
Ooh.
possibly a Wonder Woman.
Wait, reboot and not
Yeah.
following the
Yeah.
last
Why
one?
not? Just go.
Because Christian Bale's like, look,
Why isn't
I don't want to keep doing it.
Take over?
Yeah.
He might.
You
He
got the
might.
Levitt.
The reboot might be a Levitt thing.
and
they'll
make him
Or
Nightwing.
Jago Lev is what I like to call him.
probably try and slip in a Wonder Woman movie somehow, and then they're going to Justice League it. And they've pretty
If
much
they-
committed to Justice Leaguing.
Well, if they Wonder Woman it, they should do it like they did the new Superman, where that we saw a spread of all the Supermans in their costumes, and looked at the newest one, and it's toned down. The colors are not bright reds and blues. It's less cartoony and more, if you can consider a man walking around in an outfit like that, realistic.
Yeah.
But I hope they would do something like that for
a
woman.
They definitely brought it down to earth. For as fantastical as the story is,
I
they
like
really
that.
brought it down to earth.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, I really enjoyed it. I had a really good time. Now, all my friends and even Kimberly were like,
Well,
Lois Lane was bullshit.
Is this it?
I hated Lois Lane.
She was
No, but look at them all. Look at all of those Supermans and then compare them to the new Superman.
Yeah.
I'll
Like the one
yeah.
that's right above at top, you can see him in his cape without his red
Or
panties.
down in the corner there, you can see him. See how...
So that's all of them, including the red panties.
Those are all the old ones.
And then...
So then if you
The
see...
new one,
Do we see the new one up?
Yeah, he's the second one over right at the top.
Yeah.
Second.
That's a
Wait, I
toy.
think is that not it?
That's just a toy.
Oh, well, you see what the I guess it had the black
fine.
on it. Sorry, can't see.
But
that.
it does give you an idea of how they've turned it more into a space suit. Because like everyone on the planet wears these kind of
Suit
tight
things.
They all
suits.
do though, but it makes sense.
When they left it, it doesn't look like someone used spandex and threw it on.
Exactly.
They made it look
But also
alien.
Here's so
There
there's
you
a
go.
great thing. There's a great picture. Whenever we saw him as a human, right? Before we saw him not a human, but we saw him without the outfit on. And he's kind of like when you see Thor for the first time without a shirt on.
Oh
and
my
Thor,
God.
And you're
When
like,
he walks out of the
"Holy
ocean
Yes.
with his shirt off.
Yes, I'm like,
And you're-
I would
his
go
chest-
gay. Yep.
His pectoral
So-
muscles were so
I would
fucking big.
bend over and just let that happen.
No, but I gotta
So my-
say,
well, my-
raw dog.
Yeah, don't
my
care.
Comment, my comment
He
about
fills
that, though,
that
is
costume.
the suit kind of tames him down, and you realize it's not
Yeah.
spandexy. It's not kind of like this colorful, garish thing, but it's also not like the original Batman, where the suit made Michael Keaton look like Batman.
Right,
Yeah.
He
right.
makes that suit look like
Well,
Superman.
like-
you know?
Yeah, he does. He
So-
looks like, to me, he looked like what Superman should look like.
Those-
Even his face.
Look at his
Doesn't he
hair,
fucking
his
look
face
like
is
Yes,
jaw.
Superman?
look at that
I mean, it's
fucking
amazing.
strong jaw. Okay, that is definitely his shoulder. That is definitely his bicep. That is definitely his forearm.
The abs
Those
are-
are not his abs.
It's clear the abs are probably darker to
Probably
make
'cause they
it.
don't
See
show
if you
through
can
as
find
well,
a
but-
picture
but
of
you
him
can
without
see
a
him.
shirt.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
a picture of him without a shirt, like coming out of the ocean,
Well,
like Henry
everyone gets
Cavill.
so pissy
Oh, right
about
there.
him
The
being
top.
a British
This one? Yeah.
actor.
Sure
and
it
it's
was.
Yeah.
just,
Okay. Yeah. Look at
it's
that. Look at
ridiculous.
that. By the green screen. Look,
Dude is a
just the
monster.
the bottom one there. He's a
Yeah.
monster.
Whoa! Holy
guy-
shit,
Yeah.
When
dude!
that guy
Yeah,
came
that's
walking
him.
out of the ocean, I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, he's Superman."
Right.
He looks like a comic book character, right? Like someone
But that's
drew
what
that.
matters, and
Yeah.
he sounds. He has just an American accent. He was fantastic,
You
and I
couldn't
get
tell
so
that he was
tired.
English.
Yeah,
Not
At
at
all.
all. His
No,
accent
no.
was great.
No.
He looked good.
And
He,
everyone was like, "He's got to be an American from
Yeah.
an alien."
Yeah,
world.
Superman
Yeah.
is America.
And he did do a whole lot of America stuff in there, just a lot of things with the military and all that.
yeah, I gotta
I
say
love
though.
the I love the
fine.
LexCorp thrown
Yeah,
into
did you see it? It's
randomly?
And that satellite they crashed into said Wayne Industries on it.
Did it?
At the very end, there's
Wow, I
a
didn't
satellite
see
they
that.
bashed into.
Yeah.
So they're trying to connect it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ew.
Okay, so
Sorry.
I actually really liked the movie. I thought they took time with the Krypton stuff. They got that all set up, and they really took their time, so we got to know what was happening there. Then we got to we didn't have to sit through 30 minutes of him growing up and going through bullshit. It's just every time something came up that would remind him of a scene, we'd go back in time for 3 minutes.
Which was a great way to throw it,
was
in
so
there
much
for
better.
people that wouldn't know it or
yeah,
haven't seen.
it was never
Smallville or
overwhelming.
any
You
of the
didn't
other
feel like,
ones.
oh, I have to watch it 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And at the same time, it always explained why he acted the way he acted.
Yeah.
You'd go, why is he doing
Yeah.
this? Oh, because of this thing that happened in the past. And so it was. I thought it worked.
Yeah.
And I liked his fathers. Both versions of the fathers.
Very, very much. Kevin Costner was amazing.
I think he was.
Yes.
I think he was.
So is his mom.
Yeah,
Why can't I
yeah.
think of her
Diane
name? Diane Keaton Kruger.
Lane.
Kruger.
Diana Lane.
Lane?
What is her
Not
name?
Kruger.
It's not Kruger.
I know.
No, but I thought the parents were cast
Yes,
really well.
they were super.
I actually thought the two kids they had to play him as a kid and as a teenager,
The teenager one
did
was
really
Yes.
well. The teenager one
Yeah.
really looked like
they
him
looked
too.
like
Yeah.
him. They just were good.
Yeah. The only thing that bugged me was Krypton. It didn't look like Krypton to me.
No.
Krypton.
You know what I
more-
liked about Krypton?
Krypton to me is it'd be more like rocky, like crystals,
This kind of rocky.
like earthy, but then he gets on the
You want it to be
Avatar
more
bird
crystal
and
stuff?
flies.
Yeah. I can understand, but what I liked about Krypton, and I understand,
But I
it's
did
not,
like the
it's not
whole
what we've seen
the
before.
whole liquid metally thing because it's advanced. I like that.
That's what I liked. It felt alien.
Yeah,
like there were
it
parts
did.
of Krypton where I was like, "That's
But-
not on Earth. You
but
don't do
the
that on
alien
Earth."
bird thing when he flies like that didn't feel very.
I loved his bird. Come on, there were so many really great emotional moments in that film for me. Like we were absolutely drawn in and taken by the connection that he had with both of his fathers. So great, and you just don't get that in all superhero movies.
Yeah.
Mostly it's about action and about killing, and there was so much of a heart to this film, and I loved it. I mean, I
See,
love that
now
part
for
of
me,
it.
if I have a complaint, it's that the action sequences sometimes go a little too long.
Yes,
I felt like the fights would go, and I'd be like, I get it. These guys can't hurt
Yeah.
each other. They're just breaking buildings.
And I also felt that they made Superman seem kind of not so super for growing up on Earth. Like the whole story of he's grown up under the yellow sun, so he's more powerful than these guys. And these guys just show up and they're like already awesomely way better than he is.
Right.
But I think that they shouldn't have. I think he should still have put up more of a fight than what they were to him.
That makes sense.
So some
'Cause it just seemed
surprises.
like
I get what you're saying. I
Yeah.
think so. Which is part of the reason why the big controversial ending happens. But maybe we won't spoil it for Nathan.
That's all
Well,
right.
I think
I'm
that-
trying to find something for you
But
guys
I think
anyway.
the way that the ending went with
Was
that
odd,
was that should have happened. But I think
Yeah.
the minion-y thing
You
kind
know-
of should have been a little bit. They shouldn't have been so super awesome or whatever it was.
Right. I
Yeah,
can see
'cause
that because
it
those
seems
two
like-
minions in the small town when they fight in
Yeah.
Smallville,
Yeah.
And
they
people just keep dying.
Yeah.
that
In
was something that
Metropolis,
surprised me.
How many
Yeah.
tens and hundreds
Yeah,
of thousands
hundreds
of
of
people
thousands
died?
of people die in this movie,
Yeah.
right?
And then-
Which
and-
could set up a
yeah.
good sequel. I mean, you could understand why in the sequel Lex Luthor would say this alien was responsible for the
Yeah.
death of millions of people,
And destroyed my buildings,
destroyed
and
my city and my
Yeah.
and my fellow humans.
Yeah.
And he's an alien. He's a monster. And the way his red eyes shoot their lasers, fucking cool.
Yeah.
When they light up, they're not like pretty like beams.
Yeah.
They're like
Yeah.
just like these alien
Fire
like
is gonna
fires.
explode.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
when she
scary.
screams, he's like, "I can fix this. I'm not like other people." And then he doesn't. She's like, "Darkness!" Like, that's what I do. I'd freak out. Yeah.
That was pretty awesome.
I enjoyed the movie.
But
was
I
good.
did.
I
I
enjoyed
enjoyed
it
it.
too.
I would recommend it, and I think it's the right direction for DC comic movies. Because after Green Lantern, which was the most disappointing thing I'd seen that year,
God, that was
I went in
awful.
hoping. But sometimes when you go in hoping too much, then you get really disappointed. Now we have friends who've, and Kim even said this, that Lois Lane was just a little too fitted into
I
the
didn't
movie.
really care for her. That's why I didn't like her. She just
was
didn't
just
do like,
everywhere with no
She didn't feel
reason.
like a reporter. She felt
No.
like she was like some hotshot, big star kind of person that.
Yeah.
I know the Superman story. I've seen other stuff before, but when I first saw her, and I even knew this is Amy Adams, I know she's the
Yeah.
Lois Lane character. When I first saw her, and she's on that ice place where they are
Yeah.
in the first scene, and she's just like, "I'm supposed to be here, and I've got this badge, and I've got this.
Yeah.
It's Canadian, this and that and that." And I thought, who's this lady? Is she some
Yeah.
like political? Is she in the military?
Yeah.
Is she doing? And I had no idea it was Lois Lane. I was so shocked when I found out it was Lois Lane. I'm like, I'm such a doofus, but she didn't act like Lois Lane.
Yeah.
So
Well, and part of my
bit of a
problem is
problem.
I feel like Lois Lane's not interesting.
Yeah.
To me,
She's
at
hard.
least, you know? And so I almost could just see the writer at home going, okay, so I've got this really cool story. What? Amy Adams wants more scenes? Well, we could probably put her in here at the ice thing.
Yeah.
We could probably add her. Maybe the aliens are like, we want Superman and Lois for no apparent reason. You know, like that. They kept adding her to scenes, and there were a lot of moments where you're like, why is she even there?
Sorry.
Sorry, I haven't eaten lately, so.
And another thing that bugged me at the beginning is when they're gonna send Superman off.
Uh-huh.
Zack Snyder has just someone holding the camera the whole time because it's just sitting there,
Right,
doing
that
this.
handheld.
And you're like, sit still. You're at a
Really?
moment where no action's happening. It's just it's Russell Crowe and then the mom or whatever just talking, and the camera's going like
just waving, and
just
bobbing.
like
it's an uneasy
and
situation.
And I'm
the
just like,
planet's
come
gonna
on, I know,
I mean,
but
like,
come on,
That's the
It was
logic.
really just like because I'm
No.
like trying to focus in on what's happening. I can't because it's
Yeah.
going like. Oh,
Do you easily get sick with movies?
Well, it just was bugging me. That's all.
okay.
Yeah, that's a tough choice. It's directors
And
get
then I saw it
themselves
in
into
3D,
this.
so it was really
Oh,
noticeable.
You know what? As soon as it was over, I turned to Kim and I said, "I'm glad I saw that in 2D. Like I have no desire to see it in 3D. I don't want to see most movies in 3D."
Pacific Rim is one I think I'll see in 3D.
I
just wanna see
really
Pacific
want
Rim.
to see that.
The trailer for
Oh
it
my
is
gosh.
mind blowing in 3D.
Trailer.
Canceling the apocalypse. Like, I'm so excited.
Idris Elba,
Yes.
who's the black British guy.
We first saw him in Luther.
He's on a TV show called Luther, which I adore.
Yes.
I think it's the best, and I think Idris Elba. After
He's
seeing it,
great.
I love him. So when
Yeah.
he's up there going, "We canceling the apocalypse," I'm like, "Yeah, we are."
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah,
apocalypse.
Give me a
Yeah.
monster suit.
But like,
Those suits are so cool.
but in the
Jaeger
3D,
suits.
like most of the 3D is kind of like oh okay, there's a like this literally made me like a kid like. I want to press the buttons. Like, there is so much when they're like in the little
No
gadgets.
way.
It's like right there at you. And
Yeah.
I was like, wow, that's actually really,
Okay.
really
that
well
might
done.
that might be the movie to see. In
That
3D.
storyline reminds me of
Yeah.
a show that I watched, or a cartoon that I watched when I was in high school called Exo Squad. Anybody watch
Oh,
Exo
yeah.
Squad?
Oh,
I
yeah.
didn't, but you know what? Guillermo del Toro, who wrote and directed, he's totally is like, yeah, all those old anime shows, I'm totally doing giant robots fighting monsters.
Awesome.
Like he knows what he's doing.
I
That's
think
awesome.
that movie is made for 3D though.
Yeah,
the 2D
it's
trailer, I
valid.
kind of like, the 3D one
I saw
by far has got
Yeah.
me hooked.
Really?
I saw
Big time.
a
Okay.
preview for Pacific Rim just on TV the other day. I was like,
you saw the trailer in 3D when you were
3D,
there
yeah.
watching
Yeah.
Super. Oh, okay.
It made a
It's-
difference.
Okay.
Huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Really did.
That's great.
you guys were
Okay.
talking about Wonder Woman just previously, and it made me remember a few weeks back, probably about 3 or 4 weeks back. I remember that there was a fan film put out for an upcoming Wonder Woman movie, and I had to go digging for this, but I found this, and I wanted to show it to you and see what you guys thought of this.
Okay.
Just fan made, and I think it looks pretty badass. Can you turn it up just a little bit, Jarod?
Do you really believe that you can save the human race? Where did you come from?
You exist in an unimaginable paradise, only visiting these people if their peace is threatened. You are not going to be of much help to anyone anymore, are you?
We'll have a lot of fun, you and I.
I don't think so.
Shit!
For a time you appeared indestructible. You were what could be termed a superwoman.
Ooh, look at that butt!
You will never do anything in this world without courage, Diana.
That's a pretty good jump for
Yeah.
whoever that actress was.
Well, she's clearly like a weightlifter. I mean, you can.
She's pretty ripped.
Yeah.
So as soon as you guys mentioned Wonder Woman, I was like, oh shit, I need to play this for these guys.
So is that a trailer for a
That's
movie?
just that's a fan movie that
It's like a fake trailer.
Right,
It's
it's a-
like I want to make this movie.
it's a basically what it was. It's a Wonder
Awesome.
Woman fan film, and basically what it is like it was these people got together and like every Wonder Woman movie and every series, like they all try to make her like this sexy sex paw and really fuck up the character or whatever. Let's do this for real and make her badass. And I think that's I would watch that movie.
Impulse is to go towards badass rather than, especially if you're going to try to put it in a Batman, Superman, because the last, the Batman Superman universe feels darker,
and they played those so real to like real life. That's a little bit closer to what it could be.
So fans do this a lot lately because this is how you get noticed in Hollywood anymore. You want to be in a Hollywood production, you don't go to
move to Hollywood. You
just
you make stuff, you put it online, you get
you make stuff, and then hopefully someone sees it and says, "Hey, I like the way this guy works. Maybe we'll give him a call and see if we can make something happen."
I thought it was pretty awesome.
Yeah, I think like if that movie came out, I would probably go and watch it.
I'd be interested in seeing it. I like the idea of starting her out maybe during World War II.
Gotta add some Nazis.
Kind of like they did with Captain America.
Yeah.
That might be a good way to start with Wonder Woman.
For whatever reason, it's 2013, but for whatever reason, World War II era shit just fucking works.
Yeah. Well, it's got to do with the black and white nature of it, at least historically when we look back at it. It's very easy to say, who are the bad guys? Oh, the concentration camp people?
Right.
Have you seen there's a TV show, what was it called? It's some British show, but they do skits. There's a skit where these two guys they're Nazis. They're sitting in this bunker, and the one guy's looking at his helmet, and he's like, "Do you think there's a chance we're the baddies?" And he's like, "What are you talking about? We're on the right." He's like, "Yeah, but why do we have all these skulls on our uniform? Like, isn't that like?" It's pretty funny too because you start thinking about like, how did you not know you were on the wrong team?
How did they get convinced to be such piles of shit?
I think that was Whitest Kid You Know.
No, I don't think it was.
Whitest Kids You Know has the Nazi rap.
Yeah. They have the Nazi rap where Hitler raps. That's a good one.
I wish I could do. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I love this. We do. This is horrible. Yeah, Hitler rap. Oh, it's so irreverent. Oh my gosh, you're gonna love it. Sound.
Oh, it's muted. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, that's my bad.
Yeah.
I'll try it over again.
Reich 1, Reich 2, Reich 3.
Oh shit.
H-I-T-L-E-R, driving down the streets in the fancy car. Said H-I-T-L-E-R, thought we'd never make it, but here we are.
The name is A, and I'm back in command, cause I'm the illest Führer representing Deutschland. Reich 1, Reich 2, Reich 3, that's me, the mastermind behind World War 3. No 2, my bad, oh well, started over. Been gone for so long, but now I'm back and I'ma show you everybody Hitler hating when they speak my name. But it's a
love that jacket.
Fuhrer's chain. And what I bet y'all didn't know is now I'm down with the Jews, the gypsies, homosexuals, and retards too. Because I stopped burning people, started burning CDs. Stopped battling the world, started battling MCs. Just started busting rhymes, finally found my groove. And now the SS on my jacket stands for super smooth.
H-I-T-L-E-R, driving down the streets in the fancy car.
You know what's really terrible? This is fucking catchy as shit. I'm gonna be singing this later. I'm gonna be fucking getting ready for bed.
Yeah. We both do this still.
To all the Aryans in the area that are carrying rhymes, and neo-Nazis better watch me catch on up with the times. When other rappers see me coming, yo, they run and they hide. I grab the mic and commit lyrical genocide. Cause when it comes to lyrics, there is none greater. Throw a finger to my public, then I grab my dictator. Cause I'm flexing my might and I'm showing my strength. I'll get your lady O and get her moaning. No longer Nazi life, I like to party, and there are plenty women up in here with master racy bodies. Blonde hair, blue eyes, you know I like them that way. Yo, go ring, you got something to say? Driving down the street in my Panzer tank, sitting drinking Chris with my bitch and Frank. And when I step into the country, I raise my left hand, party people say hi. There's a party up at Schindler's and I'm on his A-list. Cause I put my past behind, y'all can think what you will, but no more propaganda, it's triumph of the ill.
H-I-T-L-E-R, driving down the streets in the fancy car. Said H-I-T-L-E-R, thought we'd never make it, but here we are. Said
Yo, that's it, that's my ride. Be out of here.
Isn't that fantastic?
That's awesome. Did you ever? That reminds me of, as soon as you said that, I thought it was gonna be the epic rap battles one, but that's That one's pretty good.
Triumph of the Ill.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen Triumph of the Will? The 1934. I want to say 32.
It's where they got where his speech where he's like, "It's fine."
Yeah. It's a big It's a propaganda documentary that was made about Hitler. Like, for real, they were just trying to show what a great leader he is, and it's not something that you can necessarily just sit through and be like, this movie's interesting, because it's just propaganda. It's just armies marching and men marching, and then just politician after politician screaming into a mic, you know, that kind of stuff. Yeah. But it did freak the world out, and it's kind of known as the Nazi
What's it called?
movie. Triumph of the Will.
I'll have to check that out sometime.
Pretty scary.
It's a little scary, yeah.
Well, I mean, just
to see
knowing
size.
that this fucking happened for realsies. Yeah,
and what it
scary.
leads up to. I mean, that documentary, part of the reason America didn't want to join World War II was because of Triumph of the Will. They saw the armies and the tanks and everything, and they were like, we don't want to go up against that.
Yeah.
So a lot of people actually, it worked on keeping them away. So
Jesus.
Yeah.
Crazy. Anybody else see anything?
What did you see? If you didn't go see Man of Steel.
I had an option to see Man of Steel or This Is the End, and I took This Is the End.
Oh.
Guess what? We also saw
You
caught that too?
Yeah.
Nice.
Good choice. Oh.
I loved it.
I did too.
It was so funny.
I loved it too. It
loved
was fantastic.
Loved it.
I laughed. I was laughing so hard
Me
sometimes
too.
I'm covering my face. There were 5 of us in there too, and then 3 other people, a couple and a guy behind us. And I was scared I was gonna disturb them. I was laughing that hard.
It was amazing.
Oh my god.
Really funny.
I loved that
really
sorry, Jared, cover yours. I loved all the demons had fucking huge wangs hanging out.
There were so many penises. There was
penises.
Yes.
There were a lot.
Well, there's no clothes in hell.
Right.
We always see demons and beasts they're just kind of androgynous. They have like the Barbie parts, you know?
Yeah.
They totally didn't
No,
Barbie
these
part
had
these guys.
ginormous
It was
wangs.
really funny.
It was super funny.
But the whole movie,
one of them
is
gets cut
so
off. It was
funny.
great.
It's so funny.
You had to
And the
mention.
way that they and by the way, I thought about you too, Jared. Michael Cera is the best.
Michael Cera
Michael
playing
Cera you will ever see.
You will love it, Jared.
It's the best Michael Cera
It's
he's
so
ever
great.
played.
He's the funniest Michael Cera you've ever seen. And he's
Sippy?
nothing
Hey,
like
hey,
what
buddy,
you've seen
need a
before.
sippy?
Such a dick.
He's a dick. He's coked up.
Oh my god.
And he
Constantly.
gives sippy drinks.
Yeah, remember when he gives that girl the sippy time?
Sippy time.
Oh my god, it's
Somebody put all this cocaine in the air.
God, you're
shit
gonna
beat out of
love
him by
Michael Cera.
Rihanna.
As much as you hate him for this movie alone, you'll think he's all right.
Yeah.
Because he's
I
playing.
promise.
He plays himself,
Yeah.
but he plays himself
version of-
as
yeah.
the worst
Like the
person
worst
ever.
person.
as
in the
everyone
world.
does in the movie.
He's clearly the worst person in the movie,
Yes.
though. Michael Cera, I think. Oh, Danny McBride's the worst.
Danny
person.
McBride's pretty bad. Danny McBride. How about the fucking Channing Tatum
cameo.
Yeah,
He's not even in the credits, but
He's
Channing
not.
Tatum is in
but
the
we
movie.
know everyone knows he's in there. Which
He's
is great.
That's a great
It's
little
Oh my
cameo.
gosh.
It's so funny.
But the story,
The storyline is great.
It's
Yeah.
just good.
Well.
It's really great.
good.
Um,
That guy, the J kid, like you've seen him in movies.
he's
but
an
Brushinelli.
He
Yeah.
annoyed me through the whole thing. Actually,
I thought he was
No,
fine. I thought he
just
was
fine.
down to earth,
Yeah.
and he was good as kind of a contrast to everyone else,
right?
Because he doesn't want to be.
What
there.
mostly bugged me is that I don't really like Bam Margera that much, and he kind of talks exactly like Bam Margera talks.
Bam Margera from Jackass?
Yeah, he kind of talks like this all the
got-
time,
He
and he
does
does
that
this
voice.
weird
He does.
Like
thing
he's got
with
a
his
dip in
voice.
his mouth.
Yeah.
He's got a dip in his mouth.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
does do that. I noticed it too.
It was
but-
really weird. Like, he's never done that in any. That's what caught me off guard the most, because I've seen him in other movies. He's in like one of my favorite movies, Fanboys. He's in. He's one of my
okay.
favorite characters of Fanboy, and he's very normal throughout the
Oh
whole
my
movie. And he's
gosh.
just doing this weird thing, like. And
he's kind of the straight man in this movie.
Yes,
Everyone
yes.
else gets to be ridiculous, and he's kind of
trying to pull
We're
everybody back.
actors. We're
Yeah.
soft.
We're soft as shit.
If only we could get the water's just like
Right
It's,
there.
It's just like it's like almost right below. Right
Oh, and you know
underneath
what?
us.
Actually, have you all seen The
terrible.
Exorcist?
Yes.
The old movie The
Yes.
Exorcist? The power of Christ compels you.
Does it? Does it, Jay?
Does it really compel
me?
Does it really compel me? Because I'll tell you, I gotta be honest, it's not that compelling.
It's not that compelling.
I love how he gets
That was
possessed.
one of
We
the
won't
funniest things.
ruin that for you, Jared. But he gets the way he gets possessed. Jared
Yeah.
is so fucking funny. It's great.
So the show's pretty crazy, but it's good. It's good.
The progression, though, we get the beginning where they're buddies, they're hanging out. We get that normal.
A bunch of little in jokes, like if you've seen any of their other movies, like James Franco talks about. And I love how everybody's name isn't just James or whatever. It's like James Franco, Seth Rogen, but Jay was just Jay.
That's how you talk about movie stars, right? Because we don't know these guys. So we're always like, so like Seth Rogen's in that show.
Yeah,
no one says Seth's in that show.
Yeah, everybody's name is their full name, and James Franco is talking, and he's like, yeah, I keep all of my movie memorabilia. He's got movie memorabilia.
Yeah.
He's like, this is, and so like they're doing like video confessions on the movie that are from the video camera that 127 hours was filmed on and shit.
Yeah.
And those fucking video confessions, I loved it. Right after the possession, and he's just sitting there for a good 15 seconds in just dead silence. He's just
he's not happy with being possessed.
So.
My
something pretty unchill happened last night.
Yeah.
I like when old Danny McBride's like around the corner and he goes, I hear everything.
He's always creeping around doing
my God.
really.
I will come on whatever I want.
And they're all.
God, I was laughing. I will come on whatever I want. So many good lines in that
and
movie.
The fact that nobody from the party notices that the end of the world's happening means that none of those people are good people.
Right.
That's brilliant.
Everyone
That's so
is still
smart.
there.
Jared, if you decide to go and see it, let me know. I would watch that again.
You know what? That's what we would say. We were saying
not
that
if, when.
That's a movie I want to watch again.
I would watch that again. And I'd.
That's where I couldn't stop.
That was so great.
I
loved it.
Okay.
So
see it.
Yes.
It's funny.
It's fantastic.
You know, so many comedies come out and you're like, oh, we're going to go see the comedy. And you laugh twice.
Right.
Twice.
And, like fucking Hangover 3. I didn't even laugh twice.
No.
I just sat there going, come on, be funny.
Please.
Just for 5 minutes, be funny.
Yeah.
This one's
funny.
by far the funniest comedy I've seen this year.
And it did surprisingly well for being R-rated.
Yeah.
So
it is R-rated.
Very,
Lots
very
of
R-rated.
wieners.
So I will warn you that if the F
No
word
boobies.
offends you,
yeah.
you will hear the F word
You're gonna hear
a lot.
that.
If the F word offends you, you're probably not listening.
That's fucking true, huh? Yeah, see it. Definitely go see it.
great.
What did you see, Jer Bear?
What else?
You saw.
Oh, I saw Cool Hand Luke. Sorry.
Thought I was gonna have to cue you for a second.
I kind of spaced it there. Yeah, I watched Cool Hand Luke for once because of Lewis telling me to watch it.
It's not on Netflix, but it is on Amazon Instant.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or I have it on DVD if you
Oh,
want
nice.
to come over.
I want to come over now.
So amazingly good. Like
Yeah?
the beginning scene, I was just laughing hysterically.
When he's cutting the heads off the meters?
because he's just casually just like
cutting heads
cranking
off.
that little thing. Just, doo-doo,
Just
doo-doo.
drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this movie is probably my favorite movie ever. And tell me what it did for you. Why was it? Because this is an old movie. You don't like old movies. Anything before 1995.
Pretty much.
I don't. But this was actually done really, really like the story was good, surprisingly good.
Yeah.
It's not like the classic. God, I'm trying to think of how all of those older movies are always that like heartwarming, like, now ma'am, you quit it there. Like,
Not
it's
all the
dark.
old
It's
ones.
pretty like dark.
It's a dark movie. It's a movie, for me, it's a movie about life. Like,
Yeah.
it's about the prison that he's trapped in is the prison we're all trapped in. It's our own lives, right? And some of us maybe are bosses, but most of us are just prisoners that have to follow the rules, and we got nothing. We got nothing. And Cool Hand Luke comes along, and he shows people that sometimes nothing can be a pretty cool hand,
he's just,
right?
Yeah, and he's just the dude that just doesn't really care. Like he just
doesn't care, but he
just
doesn't
going,
stop
But he
either.
doesn't stop.
Right.
Yeah, when he's getting the shit kicked out of him by that big dude, and just keeps getting up, and he's just like, that dude's just like.
Well, and he actually teaches an
Punch.
interesting lesson there. everyone's like, stop, give up, and he goes, you're gonna have to kill me, and he keeps getting up, right? And there's a point where the big guy's like, I can't keep hitting you.
Yeah.
Like I guess in a weird way you win. You know?
Out of pity.
Yeah, because like if I keep hitting you, it will make me feel so bad about myself that I guess you win.
This one?
Yeah. George Kennedy there, who won an Oscar for Best Supporting Actor.
I wish I could make these bigger.
Are you looking at just pictures?
Yeah.
You can make it smaller.
Ooh.
Yeah, thanks.
Fancy.
Fucking Google.
Who he is?
He's in
Naked
Charade
Gun.
too. He's in Naked Gun. He was
and
the
Charade. He's the
hook guy in Charade.
Oh, that's right. Nice.
There's a lot of people that I noticed that are in there that are.
Dennis Hopper was in there.
Dennis Hopper, and then there's another guy.
Harry Dean Stanton was in there.
It's probably who I'm thinking of.
Did you see the guy dancing up on the
guy singing?
The bench? The guy singing was Harry Dean Stanton.
Yeah.
Did you see that guy dancing? What was that weird dance he's doing? There's a guy that dances really weird in the background. He's just in the background. Yeah, this is a movie that has a lot. The story itself is cool, but there's a lot of questions, religious questions that I think it raises. Especially Luke, he's constantly asking, God to give him some kind of a sign, and talks about the old boss man in the sky, and he gets killed in a way because he has to dig his own grave, and he goes down to the grave, and then the boss man goes, "Come on out of there," and rises him.
Which
from
the
dead.
whole time you're going like, are they gonna kill him?
Yeah,
you're like
so rough
because he's pretty far in there, and then he can't crawl out himself, and they're just standing over him with the guns. You're like, this isn't gonna end very good.
And then you boom. So this is the fighting scene.
And they're all in prison, correct?
Yeah. And all the other prisoners are just like, yeah, this is great. They just want to see some blood,
And the guards are nowhere to be found?
Look at the punches Luke's throwing. Yeah. Well, the guards let them have a little playtime on Saturdays. They get to box. That's why they have boxing gloves.
Okay,
So they
gotcha.
can get out their aggressions.
Sure.
That got a little creepy.
Yeah, that was
they're
weird.
they're all a little too into it, right?
Yeah. Oop. Dude got a little handsy with his butt. Ugh.
Lay down, Luke. He's just gonna knock you down again, buddy.
Not your fault. He's just too big. So let him hit you in the nose and get some blood flowing. Maybe the bosses will stop it before he kills you. I don't want to frighten him.
Look at that shot, the sun.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they love that.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, he pisses him off with those little taps. He's looking at those chains. His number's 37. There's a reason for that. I think it's Luke chapter 1 verse 37.
Oh, really?
Refers to, yeah, that's what it's referring to in the Bible.
I thought it was a Clerks reference. Try not to suck any more dicks on the way across the parking lot.
Yeah, then everyone just feeling sad for him.
Stay down.
I think they're all feeling bad.
They are. They wanted to see a little fight, but
Yeah.
they didn't want to see someone actually get hurt.
Right.
You know? He's just the new guy, and they feel like the new guy has to learn his place, and this new guy's, he won't stop.
Sure.
Somebody ought to stop this thing.
There's Dennis Hopper.
Oh, God.
And Dennis Hopper plays I think he plays the guy who's in the fucking Apocalypse Now, because he's
He's in Apocalypse
just kind
Now.
of twitchy though.
Oh, okay.
Like even in this, he's just
He threw a punch, though. I mean, he passed out throwing that final punch, and finally George Kennedy just picks him up. Watch this. He just won't give up.
Stay down. You're beat. You don't have to kill me.
Ugh, gross. Jesus. Can you imagine how shitty you would feel after an event like this?
See it. You can see it. He feels bad. This is supposed to be him showing he's boss, and suddenly he's like, I can't keep doing this. He's lost control of the situation.
Yeah, but Luke would feel like ass too for several days.
Oh yeah, he can't even throw a punch anymore. But he's not giving up.
That is honestly, that's like a really great metaphor for life, though, too. Like,
yeah.
Some people give up, and then there's some assholes that just won't fucking stay down.
Oh yeah. If you want a metaphor for life, this movie to me is the metaphor.
I gotta watch this movie now.
Well, I'm glad you liked it. I really am, because
I really enjoyed it. For being an older movie, I was amazed. Like, I had a feeling like I'm just like.
And it shifts in tone in some ways. It starts out it's lighter than you think. It's kind of funny, like that little punch he threw at the end there. It makes you laugh, right?
That's funny.
But it gets pretty dark by the end.
The end is when it gets dark, and then it gets really light when they're like just making him. They're just doing bets for him. Just
right.
Oh well. He'll eat anything. He'll eat anything. Have you seen him throw up before? And he's eating like a plate full of beans.
So I'm going to have to watch that now.
Yeah.
We do have some pretty big news that happened just yesterday that we need to get to.
Oh yeah.
And it's kind of a bummer. I have the article to your left there, Jerbear, if you want to read that. We lost a great. There was talks of like people have been wanting a Sopranos movie for a long time, and with the events of yesterday, I don't think there ever will be a chance of one, because the dude that wrote it was saying that he'll never do it. But now we don't have a person.
Tony Soprano,
he's dead.
James Gandolfini.
Yeah,
he was on his way to a film festival. He was supposed to appear in a film festival tonight in Italy, and he had died of a heart attack yesterday. So,
I met James Gandolfini.
You did?
Really? Yeah,
that's awesome.
It was back in '95, I want to say. I was working at the Sundance labs, the screenwriting labs.
Yeah.
And he came out for a week as an advisor, and I knew him because I'd seen him in True Romance. I don't know if you've seen True Romance, but he's got like one scene in True Romance where he beats Patricia Arquette to shit. He beats the shit out of her.
Yeah.
I love women.
Add that to my list.
Have you seen True Romance?
No, I don't think I have.
Romance
it's so good.
Written by
Tarantino. Yeah, it's really good. And that scene was the first time any movie had shown a guy beat up a woman as hard as it
badly.
And she fights back as best she can. But I mean, imagine Patricia Arquette fighting against James Gandolfini, and it's a tough fight. Yeah. But he was so intense in that scene that when I met him, I was like, I saw you in True Romance. You were amazing. If you ever do any other shows, you're going to be awesome. And he's like, thanks. That was my whole conversation with him. And then he went on to make Sopranos and other stuff. Yeah.
True Romance is not on Netflix Watch Instant, but you can rent it for $2.99 on Amazon.
Dennis Hopper. We've got a theme
Dennis
for today.
Hopper and Christopher Walken are so good in this movie. There's a scene with those two. Probably the best acting I've ever seen out of those two guys. There's a scene in this movie. It's just amazing.
I will have to
Brad Pitt's in it.
Put that on my list.
Really?
He's in like 3 scenes. He plays a stoner.
Sit on the couch.
He just sits on a couch and he's just like, "What? Hey guys!" That's all he does. It's really fun. It's really fun.
Did you see the Brad Pitt yodel, the World War Z yodel from Jimmy Fallon?
No, I didn't.
Where they're on the roofs yodeling to each other.
No, I didn't.
That's God, it's hilarious.
Yeah. Well. Yeah, so it's sad to see James Gandolfini's gone. I have to say, when I saw him in the movie Killing Them Softly, he played like
last year.
He played a hitman who was over the hill.
Well, wasn't he gay too, right?
Not
No,
in this one.
not in this one.
He's over the hill. He's an alcoholic.
And
he's kind of worthless. And boy, that was the character. But when you see him on screen, he was just fat and just looked like he hadn't showered in forever. His teeth were all yellow and his hair was thin. And I know that's for a character, but I looked at him and I thought that dude's gonna die, right? Like he looks
51.
tired.
Yeah.
He was only 51.
Only 51, yeah.
Amazing.
It's all that pasta, man.
Yeah, I was talking with Amy about it, and I was like, dude, that just really nails the proverbial head into the coffin of not eating like shit or an Italian. Like the Italian diet, not for me. I want to make it past 51.
Yeah, that's the thing you don't realize when you're young is that as you get older, you want to keep living.
Well, and it's important. Like what goes in is so much more important than when you're young. You're like, fuck it, I'll drink this, I'll eat that, I'll smoke this, I'll whatever, no big deal.
If I'm dead by 30, it's
right.
cool. Right?
I made it to 31. I'm like, I should probably watch what goes in this fucking black hole of a mouth.
Drink a full 24-pack of Pepsi.
YOLO.
Yeah, YOLO. Yeah, that only happens once, and it's rapidly approaching.
Yeah.
Now it's like, I'll drink a Pepsi. I better only go half with this.
Yeah. I found the yodel clip. I hope it's the right one.
It is.
Oh, wrong side. There we go.
Oh, Jimmy Fallon, he's acting.
So it's always so terrible.
Poor guy.
So
Wish he
adorable.
could.
I love that he's made it this far. I love that he's made it this far
Yeah,
with
he's a
his skill.
comedian.
Yeah,
He's
with
just
his
not an
skill.
actor.
Yeah. That just gives me hope that there's hope
The
for
camera work in this is amazing.
That's a cool shot.
Wow. I didn't know they filmed it together.
Yodeling?
Split screen.
That's awesome. Nailed it.
Isn't he only 52?
Yeah, he's 50.
Gee whiz.
He's 50. Brad
50.
Pitt's
Brad Pitt's 50?
Yeah.
Jesus
yeah.
Christ. God, he looks
He's
good
the same
still.
age as Jon Stewart.
He is the same age as he was in Fight Club to me.
Yeah,
like
I
he will
know,
always
I
be
know.
Fight Club
He's-
age.
Made
He's
a
aging
deal
well,
or
very
ate a
well.
pill or something.
He's got a fucking
Gets
Damian Gray up in his
younger.
attic. I swear to God.
Yeah.
Dorian Gray.
Dorian Gray. God, every time I want to make that joke.
Damian.
Every time. Damn it. That's like the third time I've tried to make that joke. I fuck it up
So-
every time.
That was actually kind of fun.
Yeah.
That was funny.
So,
Not bad.
homework. Nathan, you assigned us Hit and Run.
I did. I
as
tried.
recall.
I gave everybody the assignment of Hit and Run
Had
because
you seen it?
I watched it right before I signed it. Like I literally had watched it the night before, so I watched
Yeah?
it a couple Wednesdays ago.
So what made you want us to watch Hit and Run?
I watched it and loved Bradley Cooper in it, to be honest. I don't really like Dax Shepard that much, and watched this, and I'm like, I think I might be a Dax Shepard fan now.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
You are correct.
and I like Kristen Bell. I've everything she was in. She was also in Fanboys.
She's so adorable.
She's so fucking
She's
adorable.
But listen, I've seen Dax Shepard in other stuff,
Yeah.
and I've always been like,
Yeah,
Dax Shepard.
exactly.
he's amazing.
Yes.
He
Really
wrote
good.
it,
Yep.
he directed it, and he stars, and he was great.
It
Yeah.
was so good.
Yeah.
Like
I turned to Kim halfway through and I went, I think I'm in love with Dax Shepard.
Yeah.
Just like
know.
Kristen Bell.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like step aside Kristen Bell.
And I had I got done watching it, and Amy leans over to me. She's like, "You know they're married, right?" I'm like, "Fuck no, they are not.
they
That's
are.
awesome."
Of course, and they just
they've
had a
got
baby
kids.
this
And
year.
stuff.
Yeah,
They've
yeah.
been married for like 4 years.
Lincoln
No, they've
Bell.
been together for a long time, and they said they're not going to get
They're
married
not gonna
until
get married
gay
until
marriage is
right.
legal. Yeah.
that's right. Until gay marriage. But they've been
Married.
together. It's the
Everybody's
same.
married.
That's
If you've
right.
been together for a long time. You're
Very,
married.
very long time, which I didn't know.
Oh, it's so good. It was so
It was
Did you-
really
now,
good. It
the
was
conversations
funny.
were great.
My favorite-
I love their little conversations.
By far, my favorite. What he was trying to figure out, like what happened to him in prison. He's like, He's like, all right, I got fucked in prison, all right.
Fucked in the butt, man.
I got fucked in the butt, man. He's like,
And then he's just like,
he's just like a
dude.
pause. He's like, dude,
Sorry.
Was it a black guy?
was it a black guy? First thing he asked, what does it matter? He's like, well, I was just trying to make it better. He's like, it doesn't matter. Well, was it like a white guy or?
Was it Hispanic or? It's Filipino.
It's a Filipino.
Does that
That
even
doesn't,
really
that's
count?
like almost.
It almost doesn't
like-
count.
Yeah, okay, but see,
Well,
conversations like that
yeah.
were so funny.
And I love-
so
And the
smart.
conversations between the two when they're in the car together or just sitting at the table.
Yes.
Anytime you had them, they
And
were
Tom
funny.
Arnold, Arnold's
he
fucking
was
great.
brilliant.
He was really
He was
good.
really funny.
funny.
And his fucking gun kept on going off. I was like, how bad of a police officer do you have to be
Yeah.
for that to keep happening to
Yeah.
you?
Utter shit.
Do you remember that scene where Tom Arnold's like poking the gun in his face?
He's like, could you not do that,
and
man?
he takes it apart all quick.
Yeah.
Dax
Yeah.
Shepard's like good with the gun. He's
Because
like,
he knows
done.
what he's doing.
And Tom Arnold's like putting the pieces.
Like, don't touch my
Don't
gun.
touch my gun,
Don't
man.
touch
He
it.
takes a
You're not
clip,
qualified. You could get hurt.
Yeah.
put all the pieces back into his pocket.
And then like the Pouncer thing where that one gay cop is like,
Yeah, Pouncer on
Pouncer,
the
yeah,
Apple's
man,
phone.
Pouncer.
he's like, you should be thankful because I'm like an 8 and you're a 5.
Yeah.
That was
And then
hilarious.
how amazing, like this car was a fucking character in that movie.
It
That
was.
car
It
was
was
so
cool.
amazing. God, I
Oh.
love fucking GTO
That's
so
worth
much.
noting too, though. The car scenes were
The cars-
fantastic.
well-
and Dax Shepard did stuff.
He
was
did.
in there
I
doing
know,
stuff.
definitely.
That first
Definitely.
spin out
Yeah.
with cars on side of
Yeah.
the road, he did that.
Spin out
I
and
know
pull
he did it because I
out.
watched
I
him
saw it.
holding it and
Yep.
it was all one shot.
That was all one shot.
I was like,
Get your seatbelts on, baby.
I was like, he can drive.
That
and
dude
there
can
was a
drive.
whole moment. There was like a half a minute where they just are buckling up before
Yeah,
he
yeah,
takes
yeah,
off
yeah.
and the boyfriend's behind him.
Well, I like
Oh,
that.
the boyfriend!
The boyfriend, holy shit.
Well, I liked when because they could buckle up and they could still kiss, and then they get into the Rambler one, and they're like,
It's cute. It's
And I love that whole
The
sappy
relationship.
shit, like the you don't have anywhere to be. You're exactly. I'm like, oh, that's so fucking sappy. I love it.
It was the most romantic
Yes.
thing I'd ever heard.
Well, and
I'm
the
sorry, it was sappy,
it
but I
was,
like,
but I was like, this
I
is
was-
amazing.
They're
Yeah.
so in love.
Uh-huh.
You know,
Yeah.
it looked like real true love
Yes.
the way they could talk.
And I loved the fact that it was legitimately like any dude that was any sort of like a car guy could totally watch this movie and be like,
Yeah.
okay, well that's fine. There's a great comedy story around this, but holy shit, look at this, look at these fucking cars and shit.
Yeah.
Like there was some great car stuff in there.
It felt very.
It was
authentic.
very,
was
very
just
good.
good.
Like, yeah,
It was entertaining.
And you know what?
all
Little
the way.
details too. He gets hit with a golf club in the nose,
Oh my god.
and blood just comes everywhere. But for the rest of the movie, he had blood in his
And-
nostrils.
yeah, a little bit.
Where
Yeah.
because he wiped it off, but he couldn't get it all out.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
Yeah.
I got to the end. I'm like, who wrote and directed this? Because I thought it was one of the best
Yeah.
scripts I'd ever seen. And
Yeah.
then it goes Dax
Dax
Shepard.
Shepard.
Dax
Wrote it.
Shepard.
Yeah.
I was like,
Fantastic, though.
well, that guy needs to make some more movies.
Yes.
And he can
Yeah.
star. You know what?
Yeah.
I would go see a movie now if it says starring Dax Shepard.
and then I
Yeah.
loved how his dad was
Yeah.
What is his dad's name?
the brother of Tron.
oh yeah, Bo Bridges.
Bo Bridges.
Yes.
But the
Yeah.
like the friend, the third guy, not Alex. Not,
I know who you mean. The friend. That's
and
Ryan.
He's like,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
does, he's
so
like
cool.
he's all acrobatic,
There's
and then
the
the dad gets a hold of him, and like there's like a scene where his dad just punching
Just
him.
punching the shit out of him. They're like, we
I
need to go.
think he's- I
We need
think
to go check on
Yeah.
your dad.
Yeah.
Leaves for 10 minutes, and the dad is still
Just
I think
beating the
he's
fuck
okay.
out of him.
that guy'd be dead.
There's the kissing scene they were talking about.
Actually, the kid that gets punched out and does the athletics, he's in a few shows that we love, like kind of TV shows.
Well,
on
the first one we saw was with
Burning Love on the
No.
internet. Oh no, it was Party Down,
Party Down,
which was a Showtime TV show.
Yeah.
which is good. You should
It's
watch
good.
Party Down.
It stars what's his face from Parks and Rec. He just did the
Adam
best show.
Scott.
Oh, I love
did the
Adam
best
Scott.
show,
Oh
the
my
greatest
God.
show.
Have you
Did
guys
see
seen
that?
Yes.
his greatest
You saw the
shows?
second
Yes, yes,
one?
yes.
Oh, they're
I saw both
so
of them.
With
They
Amy
were so
Poehler?
yes.
Heart to heart.
amazing. If you haven't seen these,
Oh my God.
Jared,
I'll
never heard of
look.
him.
I'll look
he
them up
made
for
a
you.
show. He made it's 15 minutes long. It's called The Greatest Show.
Or greatest moment.
The
Greatest moment in
of all
television
time in
history.
That's what it is.
television
Yeah,
history.
yeah, yeah.
In ever.
And what he
forever.
does in the first one is there's an old TV show called Simon and Simon, and it had a little 1 minute long
Opening credits
Opening
sequence.
credits. They recreated it
Yeah.
with Adam Scott and John Hamm. They recreate it shot for shot. And
Shot
it's-
for shot.
And they show behind the scenes and stuff, but it's the stupidest idea.
And what's his face
and the
host
funniest
from Survivor?
Jeff
Yeah,
Probst.
Jeff Probst.
He did such
Oh
a good
my
job
gosh.
hosting.
And
He's
so
so
then,
funny.
since everyone, that was a year ago, and then this
Yeah.
year they did the greatest event
There
ever
he is.
in television history.
And they did it with
Again.
Amy Poehler, Heart to Heart. Oh, so funny.
Where dreams
Turn it
are
up a little bit,
made,
Jabber.
but also where dreams are crushed. But rest assured, tonight, your dreams will come true. Really true.
Really true.
Welcome to the greatest event in television history.
We're not gonna be able to watch all of this.
No, it's too long.
Hollywood, California.
We can skip it, or like you can get a flavor of what's going on, and then we'll skip to the remake.
And now your host, Jeff Probst.
Hello, everybody.
Shit.
I'm Jeff
That was my
Probst,
fault.
and welcome back to this. Last year, we brought you what we were led to believe was the greatest event in television history, a shot-for-shot recreation of the opening title sequence to the 1986 show Simon and Simon. Well, as it turns out, it wasn't the greatest event in television history. Not even close. How does an error this egregious happen? I do not know, but for confirmation, we went to the tallest television expert in North Hollywood to find out if Simon and Simon was in fact the greatest event in television history.
No.
Tonight we bring you what we have been absolutely assured is the greatest event in television history. A shot-for-shot recreation of the opening title sequence from the classic 80s TV show Heart to Heart with beloved star Amy Poehler and working actor Adam Scott. Once again, we're inside the process of creating history.
So this is the original, Jared.
Let's start the clock. Again. With a budget of over
So,
$40 million
now there's 12 more
and a
minutes
crew
left in the
larger
show,
than any
and they just
crew
show
who
it.
has worked on a
They show 'em,
recreation
this is all
of
behind the
what's
scenes
opening
stuff.
credits of Heart to
Anyway, you
Heart.
gotta go
The
home and
process
watch
began
it.
as
You just-
always done.
Yeah, so here's the
Great
teaser for
dramatic
everybody, and then we'll skip to
in the
see if I can
rehearsal
find
room.
it in the the little preview down here. If you guys can see it down there, help me out, because it's at the end
It's
here.
gonna be much further
Oh,
on.
you were right about there. No, come back.
As director, first-timer Paul Rust
The
was
real-
selected.
Just wondering, have you cast my co-star yet?
He's Mr. Hart.
Is this it?
Right about
Right
there.
there.
Right there. Okay, stop right now.
Bradley Cooper.
That's right at the very beginning.
Self-made millionaire.
Oh, a little bit farther.
Yeah.
Go down as
Just a smidge.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3,
Equestrian.
1.
That's everyone cheering for this.
This is all their remake.
It's all remade.
This is my boss, Jonathan Hart, a self-made millionaire. He's quite a guy.
That's what's his name?
This is Mrs. A.
Horatio Sands.
Horatio Sands.
Gorgeous. She's one lady who knows how to take care of herself. By the way, my name's Max. I take care of both of them, which ain't easy. Cause when they met, it was murder.
Jesus, that's so awful.
All right, nice
And-
teaser.
You know, afterwards they show them side by side.
Yeah, yeah.
And you can see how exactly
It's so.
recreated
It's like
it is.
perfect. Even shit like that, it's all perfect.
Everything.
All the stupid stuff you're seeing here is in the original. Trumpet.
And that horrible green
The
screen
bad
stuff.
screen, yeah. The run up to the bed. Yep.
Thank you, and good night.
Just cut it off.
Anyway, That's something to check out.
Yeah, watch the whole thing.
Yeah.
We're giving a lot of good advice here, aren't we?
Yeah.
So watch Hit and Run.
Yes.
For sure.
Definitely watch Hit and Run.
And I don't know how we've kind of realized that Netflix keeps things on for a time and then takes them off and adds new stuff. Watch Hit and Run.
It's recently put on there.
Right, it just got it because I heard about it and I'm like, that looks pretty good.
I did too.
I saw the preview and I was like, whatever, just another
review
thing.
about it that said it was good, and I put it in my queue, and he didn't believe me that I already had it in my queue.
I didn't believe until even while we were watching it. I'm like, here we go, just another Jason Statham movie.
Sure.
No,
well, especially because I was the one that picked it too. Cause I have a track record so
don't
far.
Care. No, well, we all have our track records. It's good.
It was very good.
It's worth watching. Also, let's remind you, watch This Is the End and go see Man of Steel.
Yes.
And we have Sinister and Apollo 18 that we'll review next time.
We'll talk about those next time.
So,
homework,
which is
my turn.
I think it's Lewis's turn. Yeah.
So, okay, I've been told that there's a movie that made a big splash at the Cannes Film Festival, and it's finally available on Netflix Instant. I haven't seen it, but it's supposed to be interesting. We'll see. I understand Ava Mendes is in it, and everyone loves a good Ava Mendes.
Oh my God, I love Ava Mendes.
Kylie Minogue.
Oh yeah, Kylie
Minogue.
All right, so go ahead and watch a movie called. Is that her?
Yep, that's her.
Go check out a movie. It's called Holy Motors. Holy Motors. Yeah, it probably will be awesome.
I watched the trailer. It looks good.
All right, well, we'll talk about it next week. That's your homework, guys. Congratulations. I'm trying to give you some weird stuff. It looks weird. We'll see.
It's different.
It's French.
It looks different.
It looks different.
It's French?
It is French.
Fuck. You know what that means? I'm not going to be able to watch it while I'm at work like I do all the other homeworks. Oh, lordy, that sucks. That's a bummer. Oh, you know what? That's not going to work because I got to... Continue. Carry on. Just
should we keep talking?
Yeah. Do we even get to use this?
Oh shit! You know what? You're right. We can't use that anymore. Never mind. We're gonna have to figure something else out in post.
All right.
So God, we still have shit to do, people. I don't know if you noticed or not, but the lighting in here is really shitty still. We got lighting issues to work out. We've got things that aren't. Do it, guys. We have a few technical things that we're still trying to work out. One of them being things that don't get flagged for copyright on YouTube's. So we just have been doing. We've just been doing cold outros, which are really hard to do. They're almost harder than doing the ones that we were doing.
Yeah,
I think the other ones were hard because this one just go later cut, and the other one you got to time it and.
Well, then kick us out.
Yeah, do it. Do your thing,
thanks, guys,
man.
for listening. As always, you can get a hold of all of us on Twitter at Sir Jarod, at Nathan Obetz. Yeah.
You can't get
Either one of
me.
them.
I'm not available.
You can get them on
photo unavailable.
Still unavailable.
Don't we have Time Spent Poorly?
We have a Time Spent Poorly Twitter. It's TSP_01 for now. Because Time Spent Poorly is not available.
What?
I looked
up the professor on Twitter, and it's not available.
Yeah.
So if you tweet to the professor, someone else will be like, "Thank you. I work at a school somewhere."
I don't know what you're talking about. Time Spent Poorly. Just quick recap for people that are new listeners. Back in the Basement Boys days. There was a show called Time Spent Poorly, and the owner of Basement Boys would take his little handheld recorder and do a 10-minute recording on his break at work, and he would just like vent frustrations, and that show was called Time Spent Poorly. He doesn't do it anymore, and he gave the website to me, so he created a Twitter to go in hand with the Time Spent Poorly that he was doing at his work. He said since that show ended, the email that's associated with that has since been closed, and he can't undo it to give it to me. So we're trying to figure out how to contact Twitter to be like, hey, can we like undo this somehow? So in the meantime, we've got TSP_01, which is literally the only other TSP related thing available. So
what's
at
TSP stand
Time
for?
Spent Poorly. It's this right here on the screen.
I'm still
right
not
here.
getting it.
Oh well, if you guys don't get that,
Time
now
spent
I see
poorly.
it. I see it.
If you guys don't get that, you can always leave comments because we are on YouTube.
That's right. YouTube.com/Time Spent Poorly.
You can use the little comments on the bottom. Let us know.
What are we pointing at?
Right.
We're just
our dicks.
Let us know
Incredibly
what
small
you think
packages.
Of the show. Give us movies that you want us to talk about. Give us your review
Oh,
of movies.
we've been told to watch Oscar from somebody on the Twitters.
You mean with
Sylvester Stallone? Yeah,
that might be our B movie night.
Okay.
Hey.
Oh yeah, coming this summer we're gonna try something out too. We're gonna try out doing where we get on this screen here, so you can watch our reactions, and we'll watch a movie over here on the screen where YouTube is, and then what will happen is we'll try to do like a hanging from the balcony, like Mystery Science Theater type thing if we can.
Well, you should know the guys from Mystery Science Theater watch those movies like 10 times and work up all their jokes, so we won't be nearly as funny.
Well, we could always try watching it a couple times on our own. Not happening.
No.
I know.
It'll be much better.
It'll be like getting it in post. It won't happen.
This movie's good.
Yeah.
Look at that, and then we'll keep missing lines.
Right.
Wait,
what is
what's
he
happening?
just? I don't know what the story is anymore.
Oscar? Who asked us for Oscar?
Somebody tweeted it to us, and I can't remember, but I will. You know what? I think Adam did actually. Our video producer told us to watch
Adam?
it. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks
You're
for that.
very good. Why don't you guys all do that out there in movie land listening?
Yeah.
Send us your worst movie to watch and be like, ha ha ha.
Yeah.
Because we're going to get flooded with them. Anyways, thanks guys for listening or watching, whatever you're doing it on. Yeah, there you go, guys. Cut it.
That's it.
That's it.
Oh, good.
Later.
We can't. Oh, you can do instant. Damn it!
No.
It's $1.99.
Oh my God, is that a Christmas movie? It looks so
No.
Christmassy.
It does look kind of Christmassy from
Right?
here.
Looks like
But
a mafia.
does he have lipstick on?
Maybe that's what
He's
it
got
is.
some blush.
Yeah, some
Oh,
rouge.
yeah.
He's got some nice rouge on.
Those are some massive cheekbones.
Very nice.
Is Don Amici in that movie?
Stop it.
Thank you guys so much for listening. If you want to contact us by phone, call us at 1-888-317-2694. It's right here on our thingy, right below Hanging from the Balcony on this page. But we record this Thursdays from 7:30 to 10. So give us a buzz and we'll try to put you on. And if we don't put you on, leave us a voicemail and we'll put it on that way.
Yeah. So thanks for listening, guys. Once again. That's all that there is.